It's your boy Warren B. Author, PimpGod, what your mama should have told you, and we can call this lesson 1. This lesson is coming from Skull Book Tactics to use in relationship, even in your personal life. When a man establishes boundaries, he doesn't establish it for a woman. He doesn't establish it for other people. He establishes boundaries for himself. And like American Express, you never leave home without it. Everywhere you go, your boundaries go. But no chick should take you seriously. As a man, I'm a man. Right? She should never take you seriously as a leader, as a boss, as her captain. Right? If she's never seen you, right, on a successful voyage, where you went out somewhere specifically in life to accomplish something, and you accomplished it and you came back with, spoils. If she's never seen leadership in your life, she shouldn't follow you anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about the Skull Book, right? We're talking about the mental book, the catalog of game that you need to use and keep in mind in relationships, right? And these principles can also be related to other types of relationships. You know what I mean? If you could see how the same key can unlock a lot of different doors, right? But I want to focus on the dollar bill. And I want to focus in particular on the eagle on the back of the dollar bill. Now, the eagle on the back of the dollar bill, right, in all of its symbology, it has olive branches, right, in one talon, and it's got arrows in the other. And what they represent is peace and war. When you look at the head of the eagle, you'll see that the head of the eagle is facing towards the olive branches, which is symbolic of the fact that it prefers peace, but it's always ready for war. When you deal with a woman, when you deal with anyone, let's go back to Dr. John Henrik Clarke. Dr. John Henrik Clarke said, never do business or dealings with anyone in which you are not able to punish them if they don't uphold their end of the bargain in some way, some fashion, or some form. And sometimes the best punishment for a person is to remove your light from them. Ask me how I know. Sometimes that's your best punishment. Wisdom is something that you have to earn. You don't get wisdom by listening to audiobooks. You don't get wisdom by listening to lectures or reading books. That's not how you get wisdom. That's called knowledge or information. And the accumulation of information doesn't mean proper application of information. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. And wisdom is something that requires time, growth, failure, which is feedback. Failure is feedback. Feedback is failure, right? And adjustment. Mayweather will go out there And as he's learning his opponent, get caught here and there, whatever the case may be, got still the best defense in the history of boxing. And but he gathered the data. So once he figured it out and he gathered that data, he punishes you with it that next round or next 2 rounds, because he was gathering data. Gervonta Davis does that too for the first couple of rounds. He's gathering data. You see? But when you deal with a female, right, you have to be like the American eagle. Because the way that men are often defined is a big bear that is soft and gooey on the inside. A big bear, right? But doesn't have any bite, doesn't have any power in his claws, doesn't have anything. Just a big, fluffy provider, right? Now, you could bring out your teeth and your claws when you're protecting her. You know, your goddess, your queen, mother, goddess. When you're protecting her and you're providing for her, then you can bring out those claws when you gotta hunt. My question is, where are your teeth at when she challenges you? You don't bare your teeth. You don't show your claws when she challenges you. Women want men to be disarmed because it's easier to make you a disposable commodity and then bury the remains after she finishes with you. I mean what I just said. They want you vulnerable. They want you to have emotional intelligence. But they're stupid, because if a man had emotional intelligence, he wouldn't have married you in the first fucking place. They don't want you to have emotional intelligence. They want you to be emotional. And they don't know that there's a difference between emotional intelligence and emotion. And even though I can go down that rabbit hole, I want to stay on course here. When you deal with a woman, you should be a monster. But you should be a controlled monster. And so when you deal with her and you provide for your love, your lovey, you provide, you protect, that's fine. That's fine. Right? When somebody trying to hurt your boo, your baby boo, you ready to go to war. But what's up with them arrows when she needs to be reminded of the dangers in crossing you? And I'm not talking about physically hurting her. What data have you gathered? Because she has. You ever woke up and caught her watching you sleep? Yeah, she was gathering data. Data that she can use against you when she's ready to. Where's your weak points? Maybe she's your weak point because you love her so much. Iceberg Slim's mother killed Henry. Not with an arrow, but because she crushed his heart. Because he loved her. And she killed him because he died a year after that she walked out of his life. So my question to you is, in what ways have you figured out exit strategies? I hate to say this, but pain points if necessary to apply pressure when she starts pushing too much. Don't walk into a relationship with a woman and you don't know that this is war. All is fair in love and war. So if you come in as an eagle with nothing but olive branches, talking about your undying love, she is going to lose respect for you. She is going to lose respect for you. So when it comes to her, where your arrows at? You know how to give her nice chocolates and take her to the lovely concert. You know how to do those things during Valentine's Day, her birthday, you know what I'm saying? Holidays and shit. Family cookouts and shit. You know how to put on a Ritz. Let everybody know you's a good ass man. Bought her a car and shit. But those are olive branches. You don't got no arrows for her? So when you approach relationships, the same way that you have boundaries for the world, you need to have boundaries for her too. You can't be a man and not be able to say, no, I don't have it. I might be sitting here counting $1 million in cash. Hey, what's up, G? Yeah, man, I need about 1,000, man. I'll get it back to you. No, I ain't even gonna be able to do it. What? Word? I heard you just hit the jackpot and shit. Well, listen, man. Let me call you back, man. I'm counting my money. Let me hit you back. Click. Can you imagine? No. Can't be a man without no. But you also can't be a man that she respects without no. And a lot of you don't have any arrows when it comes to her. Because I guarantee you, she's already thought about the best way to gut you like a turkey. If the time came to it. Studying your life, studying your experiences, figuring out your pain points, something that she could say that would just gut you if she said it. I had a friend come to my house one day. He came to the door, I thought somebody died. He was slouched. And I looked out there, I said, oh shit. So I opened the door, I said, hey man, what's going on? And he just looked at me. He ain't had no pep in his step. He was slouching. I'm like, damn, what's up, Jack? And he just looked at me. Standing on the porch, I'll never forget. And he said, man, she called me a bitch. And my head just dropped like, oh, fuck. I said, come on in. That's a true story. I said, come on in, man. He came and sat down on the couch. You know why she called him a bitch? Because he entered into the relationship with an eagle that had both olive branches and arrows. And he came in with just olive branches. And what women want you to do is set the olive branches down. You know, when you're not dealing with the cold world. The fuck you think she is? I'm not saying that women are your enemy. But goddamn, I'll let you interpret that. The gist of it is, a man should be a controlled monster, even with his woman. And there should be times where she knows not to push the envelope any further. Because she don't want to deal with the arrows that might follow. I'm not talking about physical. And what are those arrows? You got to sit in your quiet and figure out what that is. This is only one of many points that I'm going to be covering. When? Where? All right. I'll let LDA tell you.
This is Lawrence D. Adams. Join me and PimpGod, Warren D., as we go into the Skull books. We will be talking about the practical tactics for relationship mastery. Join us February 15th, 2025 at 7 p.m. as we go into this transformational mastery class. You don't want to miss it. And I'm out.